And we should be live, boys. The game is loading right now. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the live. I hope you will be able to help me today, boys, because Spain is Spain. But first of all, let me know if you can hear me and see me correctly. So we have quite a lot to do today. I will check the chat a bit now, answer your questions, but then we'll get started because again, quite a lot that I want to test. Now we are not starting from zero today. I have an idea of what we're going to do. I have a plan for Carlist Spain. That's the priority. But we'll talk about it a bit. And depending on how it goes, we can work a bit on the other Spains as well. So first of all, let me check very quickly the initial chat. Vamos España. Yes. Yeah, Mirko. You're here. That's very nice. Hello everyone. Perfect. Okay, video and audio are good, which means we can start now. One more thing. Even members of the channel haven't seen these yet, and I'm not sure if you can see it right now. Let me see. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, there we go. So I have been working already quite a bit on the spreadsheet, but this is only for me. It was a testing one for now, so it's not in the shared members folder, here to members folder yet, but it will be from the next cycle. So tomorrow is a new month. I will change the link as usual, and this will become available, so you will be able to check this out too. I will be using it during the run, but I will close it here, otherwise it will make a mess, and I will forget for sure to close it, and then you will not see anything anymore. Now, the other problem is my phone is not showing me the chat. Why not? Hai già testato qualcosa? Yes, Mirko, yes, I have been doing Oh, Gary, nice to see you as well. I have been doing a bit of testing, but I want your help, especially for the very beginning. So let's get into that right away. Let's talk a bit about the initial setup, which, by the way, no, one thing important. So Spain is split in many ways, but mainly split between the first two focuses. The left focus is the right wing. So in here we have the Phalangists, the Nationalists, which is the historical one, and the Carlists. So these two are fascists, and this one is non-aligned. And on the right side of the tree we have the left wing, which makes for the Republicans, there is the anarchists and the communists in there. Democratic, I assume, are the Republican. Anyways, this part of the tree I haven't deeply explored. I was not particularly excited about the focuses in here. I know many people are excited about anarchists being able to code a word, but it takes years in game to do that. So I don't know, maybe in future. But for now, we will focus on the left side, right wing. I tested all of these trees, so I tried all of them, and what I'm inclined to do is go for Carlist, and the main reason for that is that it's the only path. Well, first of all, it's a fairly demanded one because the Carlist civil war is not the easiest to win, so I feel like it may be a good choice, a good pick, and then it ends in a decent time. Because the other thing is, Nationalist doesn't really get any cores, any claims. I mean, it's fascist, so you get your own claims. But it's a fairly boring tree after the Civil War. There isn't much down here that is interesting. And you have these useless focuses like join the Axis, when you can simply join the Axis without the focus. Now, the Phalanx, the Phalanges, this one is very interesting because down here at the very bottom you have these focus, and this one allows you to core basically all of South America, Central America, and as you can see, part of North America, part of the United States, what used to be the Spanish Empire. So very cool, but very annoying. So I have been working on it. It works. I went all the way to capitulating the United States. The problem with this path is another one. It is this focus here. So with this focus here, you get to puppet many of these countries in South America peacefully, and that's a problem, because if they accept, for the last one here you actually need to control those territories, so it's not enough for them to be your puppets, which means you need to peacefully annex a lot of puppets, or maybe you can get rid of them, maybe you can force them to refuse. Either way, kind of annoying. another thing is, yeah, you need to take down the United States and then take all of these South American countries. You do get a claim on all of them, and the United States usually form a faction, even if you're not, even if you defeated the allies before. But some of these other countries have the tendency to become majors, especially Brazil, but sometimes Chile as well. That's very annoying again. So that's why I'm not too keen on covering this path in a guide. I may do it anyway, because I have been working on it quite a lot. I developed the strategy, so at this point, I might as well do it. But Carlist, again, for a guide, may be the best choice, because it can end with coring France. And then we can be satisfied with that, without the run taking forever, and then me taking forever to edit the video, and so on. Okay, let me see again what you guys have been... talking about here. Mirko says Carly Spain has good expansion options. You can core Portugal and France. Yeah, I don't think you can core Luxembourg, Belgium, and the Netherlands. You can core... Oh, Syndicate. Yeah, true. In a while. Welcome back. So, about Portugal. Yeah, you can core Portugal in theory with Carlist. But they need to accept when you complete this focus. If they refuse, you will never be able to core them, which is annoying. And one of the many annoying and stupid things about Spain, unfortunately. It's not the best focus tree, but... so, there is a way to make them always accept, which is if they are already your puppet, and then you complete this focus. Yeah, exactly. I'm not real exactly what you're saying. If they are already your puppet and then you complete this focus, yes, they always accept and you always get the course. The problem is we are non-aligned, so getting a claim is annoying. So I have been considering that option. Maybe we can talk about it a bit more later today. For now, I'm inclined to not do that and just keep Portugal as a puppet. It's fine, it's okay. It's not as good as getting the course, but it's important because we have no course as Spain. So probably we are not going to core Portugal. But let's see what the options are a bit later. Okay, so now we can, I think, get started. And we will do something quite rare at the very beginning of the game. Something probably not expected. So we are going for support weapons without MIO. We're going for the interwar tank without MIO. And we are going for artillery without MIO. So what we are not going for is the usual electronic mechanical engineering and basic machine tools and construction 1. A bit rare, but you will see. There is a point in doing that. Then we're also going to gather our divisions up here and we are going to train them. By the way, guys, if you know any tricks about the Civil War, any ways to make it faster, anything you notice I don't know, please do tell me in the chat. That's exactly why I'm doing this live, to discover more about this path. We're going left, right wing. Now, in terms of buildings, we are going for military factories right away. And where to build them is something I'm slightly undecided about. So the places we keep are these ones. So it more or less makes sense to build in here. And I think that's the best option. So we build only in here because these are the only states that we will keep and that will remain our course. Mirko says the problem is that to have a shorter time for the claim on Portugal, you need to do it when war tension is higher, but at that point the United Kingdom guarantees. Yeah, the option, Mirko, would be you get the claim on Portugal while you're at war with the United Kingdom, slightly before capping them. So then you cap the United Kingdom and you take Portugal. The reason I don't like that is that most likely we will cap the United Kingdom with the aid of Germany, so we will need to share the war score with them. So bringing Portugal into the peace conference means we'll need to spend more point in the peace conference for something that otherwise we would have taken for free before the peace conference. And that's not ideal. And also you take it basically at the end of the run, because the Carlist run would end with the capitulating the United Kingdom. I mean, at least the guide. So yeah, then you get the course on Portugal a bit later actually. But that's probably too late. It's probably better to get the resources and power of Portugal earlier in the run when you really need it, rather than the course later. Hello, boys. Welcome. So now, production-wise, first of all, we are going to add the MIOs. And then we are going to set it up this way. So artillery support 1. Let's do it this way, though. Support artillery 1 and everything else on inf. Let me change it here. So guys, from time to time I will also stop to adjust a bit the spreadsheet, because this is still very much a work in progress. So I need to check it from time to time. Hello. Oh, nice to see you guys. Welcome to the live. So what we're going to do with the Navy is also something I have been testing. Not entirely sure it's worth it, but we're going to try it now and see what happens, okay? So we're going to train the Navy right away and gather it here in the north. Then we'll see if it's worth it or not. We'll try to see if it's worth it or not. In terms of the occupation law, there is something else I wanted to test, and that's whether it's worth going for civilian oversight or not. So far, my conclusion is probably not, so local police force is probably a better pick. We cannot release these guys yet. Okay, yeah. That's another thing I wanted to check. And then we're going to create an agency, and that's our initial setup. Done. Let me save, and let's do it. As you can see, quite a lot of Spain down there. So this is C start. In other guides of Spain that I have seen, they usually send all the troops to North Africa and Baleares before the Civil War, so that DI doesn't have its troops on the mainland. Does it work in that way? Because I think DI gets spawned troops. And also we wouldn't have troops in the mainland either in that way. I don't know, something that we may want to try, but I'm not too inclined to cheese the Civil War. Not that we can cheese it really. It's very difficult to cheese the Spanish Civil War. But that sounds like a big cheese. Maybe it's worth giving it a try, just to see. We can do it later, in any case. Hi, Mr. Echo. Welcome. But we do lose... you will see when the Civil War starts, but yeah, that's good advices, though. That's stuff that we want to check. Okay, I think we are done. Here we can continue. Let's go. Then we still have time to readjust them if we decide to change and test a few more things. So the first thing that we will get is 8 Navy experience. Okay, at 8 Navy experience, we're going to stop the Navy. Keep it there. And then what we're going to do here is, in principle, although we can probably keep them down here, but what we want to do is this stuff here. Now, I need to calculate this a bit. I'm not entirely sure it's worth it. But I do think it's better to make only one of these rather than everything else we're making. So if we start making these now, and we go with the first MIO, which gives us more production. Yeah, no, and then we cancel everything else. And we also don't import chromium for it. Now, even though later on we'll lose some dockyards, we will still get these one early heavy before we need to invade the UK. So that's going to help at least a little bit. Now, keep in mind that the early heavy is 4,000 manpower. And the other things we were building are the cruisers. So it would take like 5 of them to compensate. So 5 of these cruisers, which are also almost as expensive, would have the same effect on naval supremacy as this one empty heavy ship. So I think this is better, but we'll need to check. So this one is the first thing we're going to do, and we are not going to adjust trade. Let me see what... which Spain are you playing? Left path, right wing. And Carlist, yes. Yeah, it's a bit cheesy. We can give it a choice. And Mirko, there is only one king that gives you the course on France, as far as I'm aware. We will check later, but if I am not mistaken, there is only one option. I actually haven't gotten to testing it, so we'll need to see. So while here in terms of focuses, it's pretty scripted. In fact, let me pick all of them on my spreadsheet until the first one that is undecided. Then what I want to do here is we need to pause the game immediately on the, was it 15th or 16th? 16th of February. Okay. So you pause the game right away because here is when we get the decisions. I will also make a save here because if we want to test some stuff, this is an important time to do that. So, what do we do with these states? So my strategy so far, the most successful I've had is Sevilla, because Sevilla is for some reason not countered by the AI, so you will always get Sevilla. And then I usually go for for Valencia and Granada, not with the goal of taking them, just with the goal of spawning some units there, hopefully next to a harbor. And that ideally will force the AI to use the offensive decisions in these provinces here. Now, you need to understand that, unless you're an expert already, the civil war works in this way. We will get these incredible maluses in pushing in all of the regions of Spain. And I forgot how many days, like every 70 days, we get an offensive to plan, and we remove the maluses from one region of Spain. And in principle, although there is a little bit of cheesing, but in principle, you will not end the civil war until all or almost all of the offensives have been planned. The thing is, we get the offensives, the AI gets the offensives, fascist, when we get a fascist uprising, they will get the offensive, and the anarchists get the offensives. So it's better to have many factions all at once, so that they all plan offensives, so we don't have to plan all of them ourselves. And if we take stuff in the south, ideally, Democratic Spain will plan offensives in the south, so even though we lose those units, later on we will not have to plan those again. So the idea is Sevilla, Granada, Valencia. You say Zaragoza. Where was it? Where was Zaragoza? Wait. Ignorant me. Oh my god, where is it? Wait, what? Where is Zaragoza? Ah, here. Zaragoza, we don't need Zaragoza. We get Zaragoza. You don't need Zaragoza. You may want Eastern Aragon, if anything. But no, for one reason. Because later on in here, we will lose these two provinces to the fascists. So it's better to have the offensive planned in there, since they will be controlled by our opponents. So that's a place where I plan to get the offensives. To keep the north of Spain when the war kick off, so we will lose these two, and the rest is automatically ours with this focus here. So we don't need to do anything about that. And these two we will take with the first focus. That's something I have been thinking about, but probably we're going for this one first, so we get the offensives done in here. That's two offensives without having to pick them, so seems worth it. Okay, now I made the save. So the other thing is these decisions down here. Now when you go fascist, in my opinion, this is by far the best. When you don't go fascist, like in our case, they are not particularly impactful. Political assassination is not great because what it decreases is the base stability, not the current stability. And although our stability is pretty bad, the base value is 47%, so it's not that bad, but it will be very bad if we pick political assassination. Then there is this one. This one just makes more leaders come to your side, but that's not very helpful in my opinion. And then there is suppress the strikes, which if you look at it, it sounds good. Yeah, more construction speed, factory output, dockyard output. The thing is, when you don't have anything, that doesn't change anything. In fact, it changes basically nothing. But it's still most likely the best option because it will give us a little bit more of political power for what they do. So what we're going to do is suppress the strikes and then maybe one or two sway leader loyalty. But I don't think there is anything else that is worth picking in here. In any case, yeah, one important thing though, if you don't know what the Civil War is about, you still want to pick this decision on cooldown regardless of what they do, because what they will do is speed up the Civil War. And you do want the Civil War to start as soon as possible, so you can start planning the offensives as soon as possible and end it as soon as possible. You're also locked out of the focus tree if you don't do that, because once you get to these two focuses here, you cannot pick anything else until the Civil War starts. And if you don't pick these decisions, that will be too long. So that's it. What about Bilbao? Considering that you would like Bilbao... Boys, I should have studied some... no, but Bilbao is up here. Yeah, Bilbao. No, Bilbao, no, because you get it with this one. You get it with the first focus for the card list. So, first focus, not necessarily the first focus. So, I guess technically you could skip on this one. For example, with Fascist, I don't plan offensives in here. And it's usually possible to take both without planning offensives. The thing is... with Fascists, you keep them later, but we will lose these two provinces to Fascist Spain. So we need to retake them, and if we need to retake them, it's better if we have the offensives planned in there. So I still think it's worth going for this one. Okay, so strategy here. Let me just check where do we go first. It was, okay, Sevilla, Granada, Valencia, and then we go continuously there. So we start with Sevilla. And we start with Suppress the Strikes. Okay, now I need to focus a little bit because you don't want to miss this one. You want to pick it on cooldown. So you will see that if we picked any other province, or at least the ones I tested, the eye would immediately counter you in there. If we picked Granada, now the eye would start a counter influence. But not in Sevilla. In Sevilla, they just ignore it. So we gain basically one extra for free. This gives us the political power we need. Okay, and then we go for Valencia. And then we keep repeating this process. We go like these three in this order. Except after Sevilla, we choose the one of these two with the least cost in terms of, the lowest cost in terms of political power. So see, they immediately countered Granada, but they are not countering Sevilla. By the way, something very cool, not sure if you know about this already, is when you get Sevilla, you get 3 in Sevilla. Sevilla will remain your core, even after the Civil War. After the Civil War in Spain, weirdest decision ever, I cannot understand it. You lose all of your cores except for the starting ones, but you keep Sevilla if you get 3 in there. I mean, I guess you would keep any of them with 3, but Sevilla is good. Sevilla is one of the best. You also get a civilian and military factor in there, so that's very good. So now we go Sevilla again. They will probably counter us in Valencia. They are not countering us in Valencia yet, but they will probably do it, so we go for Granada. They are countering us in Valencia. So now we have the option between these two. This one is being countered, so I will go for Granada again. That's when we pick the same one twice. Remy, I hope I will be able to do something interesting here, because Spain is Spain. So here, when you cannot pick Suppress the Strikes anymore, I usually go for Sway Leader's Loyalty. Not very impactful, but better than nothing. Now, after Malaga, technically we should go Sevilla again. So let's go Sevilla again. Because every third will be in Sevilla. Now, of course, they will counter us in Malaga. They have no other option. So we go immediately for Valencia. Now, at this point, taking another Suppress the Strikes doesn't make much sense, because by the time we get it, the Civil War will trigger immediately. So we may as well go for Sway Leader's Loyalty again. This disappears anyway when the Civil War starts. It doesn't do anything anymore. So we go for this one. Here we finally go for this stuff. Hello, welcome. So now we need to decide what to do here. We only have 36 days. We actually have 36 days, meaning we can pick 2 more decisions. Ideally, we would want to pick the one that they don't counter, but I do want Malaga more than Valencia because it's a bit easier to defend. So I will try to go for Malaga here. Then let's see what they do. They will do one more. Okay, unfortunately they did Malaga. So we will not be able to pick to get full Malaga, but we will be able to keep 1 in Malaga and 2 in Valencia, which is not too bad because they will be late for another one. Card list. So now we go Simpaquito. So if you do this on cooldown, it's very important you don't miss it. Now in 22 days, the Civil War will start. This event takes 14 days, which means we get 1, the AI gets nothing. So they will get this one, and that's it. So we are going to get 1 in here, 2 in here. It's okay, it's good enough. Yeah, actually, if they do it immediately, they may be able to do it. No, they don't do it immediately. We will not be able to do it, so there is no point in picking it. Not enough time. So we are happy this way. Okay, they do it again in here, but it takes 11 days. The Civil War will start before that. So that's it. Got Simpaquito, and we will get the Civil War. Civil War. Okay, so at this point you choose whether to go Phalangist or Carlist. By the way, this setup is for Carlist. For Phalangist, we would use a different one, not this one. So, oh, Syndicate. Why? Well, welcome back, by the way, to your rank. That's very, very much right. Appropriate for you. Now, which option was that? Which by God? So because we are going Carlist. Now, let me show you the situation down here very quickly. Let me also see if I missed any of your comments. Skill issue. What was that skill issue for? Okay. Va bene. Okay, great. Now, why is this good, what we got down here? Technically, it's not great because all of these divisions will die, but they will stall a lot of divisions for a very long time and hopefully force the AI to get offensives in here, possibly in here, possibly in here, which is very good. Now, these ones are very good. The reasons we chose these provinces and not other ones is that we get harbors, and harbors allow our units to survive a lot more. Berkay Germany is ready. I will upload it for members tomorrow, and for everyone else it will be next Saturday. Okay, so now the setup is very important of the army, so this takes a while. We want to create armies with all of these people here. These ones in Sevilla, we're going to use a full back line because we cannot defend the entire area. So we're going to try to hold on to these 3 tiles for as long as possible. Only 3 tiles to defend in this way. It's irrelevant the rest. Our 2 factories are both in Sevilla. So we're not going to, despite appearing there, we're not going to lose anything even if we drop all of the other areas in there. This guy is happy to be here. Not really happy, but he will be fine. In here, what we are ideally trying to do is get... These actually are a bit too many divisions, so we may send one away later on. But yeah, if we can get 1 more tile, I'm happier. Other than that, pretty much fine. And the southern setup is basically done. We can also give them a front line in this case. Now, let me also check the amount of divisions. Yeah, we have too many divisions down. A bit too many divisions down here. So later on, we may want indeed to move some of them. So probably we don't have as many up here. Yeah. So up here, depending on the situation, but there is a bit of RNG, you may be able to get both Bilbao and Oviedo without too much of a fight. We're going to try and do that, see if it's possible. That does require a little bit of micro. But if we are lucky and we can get them, that's convenient. We are going to get the offensive anyway, so that's fine. So these divisions, we want to assign them to a different army. All of the ones that I'm using here. And ideally it should be something like 8 divisions. Exactly 8. So these 8 divisions will be taking care of the north in general. Another cool thing that we can try to do at the very beginning is right here we can try to get this supply hub. It's not always possible, but if we can get there, that's very convenient. That's pretty much all. There is also a supply hub in here, which if you start with a division here, it's possible to get. But this one is not really mandatory. Although, if you can, we can try to get a bit closer to that. Maybe force them to plan an offensive in here. Can be useful. I don't usually move much in this area. Instead, I'll just keep them as they are. Now, we also need to plan our offensive divisions, for which we are going to use the cavalry, because it's actually very good, the mountaineers, and then, of course, the best divisions, which are the African divisions. And this will be our offensive army. This will carry us in all of the offensives, starting from Madrid, which is going to be the first one. So we're going to prepare them in Madrid with a spearhead, a broken spearhead. We're going to have to micro them like this. Okay. Then, in here we also have all of these infantry templates, and we are going to change them all to the weaker infantry. This one, which we're going to call Def. So I don't want any Inf, I only want Def. All of them to Def. Let me check that there are no Inf around. This guy is Inf. I want him to be Def. This will give us a little bit more equipment, a bit more manpower. No, spearheads are broken, but they still have an advantage. Now, when you use a spearhead like this, at least your divisions will not push outside of this area, but they will get messed up completely, so you need to micro them. But it's better than nothing. Then we're going to use the spy on Madrid. I usually forget about the spy though, so I need to find a way not to forget about the spy. And now we want about 10 divisions to cover this area, so we're going to pick the closest ones. Let me see how many. 9, not enough. So we're going to give them this one. These two. This one is in the 8 because I picked the wrong one though. Okay, so this one should do that, not this one. Okay, let me see. About 13 divisions should be good. They will cover this part here. We can give them an offensive line, but they cannot really push. We need to assign this command again because they forget. Okay, we're almost done with this infinite setup. Now, the remaining part of the army, basically all of it, it's these ones plus all of the initial def. Okay, 17. It's a bit less than normal, but it's okay. We're going to set them to cover this part of the front with an offensive line like this. It's usually more like 20, but we got a lot of divisions down here. Like, definitely, we got 2 more than normal here, and we got 1 more than normal here. So I may remove them as soon as the situation stabilizes a little bit. Still fine though. Okay, now we also need to assign them to a marshal, at least some of them. So at least all of the big ones. Yeah, this is the wrong 8 one. This is the right 8 one. Okay. And maybe the guys in Sevilla can be assigned to the marshal. Now the marshal, we need to pick this one. The other one will disappear when the fascists come. Go with offensive organization first, as usual. Give them the motorization priority. Then for this army, which is going to be the offensive army, we're going to use this guy. He's the best we have, and he has infantry equip. Not the best in general. I mean, these guys are better, but they are... Where are they? But they are phalangists, so we will lose them later. Huh? It's still okay to use them, but better not. In fact, I will give one of them the area of... no, doesn't matter. Never mind. We're going to have to use most of them anyways, because we have a lot of armies. So whatever, whichever is fine. Paying attention to the generals. Yes, yes, exactly what I was mentioning here. Okay, last few checks as in here. First kinda choice. Again, as I mentioned, I think it's possible to skip this focus and just take the north without it. But I still think it may be worth picking it. First of all, because we can get this one later. Not great, but okay. Well, we'll probably get it anyway if we bypass it. But especially because the fascists will take this area. So if we have the offensives. I don't know. That's something to test. You cannot delete your divisions, unfortunately. When you play as Spain, that cheese is not allowed. So we're going to pick the war in the north. And then please play as Franco. No, the Franco one is the easiest. It's very easy. It's okay, but it's the easiest. How many hours do you have in HOI4? I don't know. Too many. Too many on several accounts. So I now kind of lost count. Let's make sure that I didn't forget anything. So, yes. Another thing that I'm not fully sure about is what to do with the political power. Because there is one thing. You can go war economy right away. And if you don't do it right away, you will not be able to do it for a while. But you should be able to do it when there is the fascist uprising. I'm playing multiplayer with myself, yes. No, I had an account before, then I made a professional account when I started making this a profession and collaborating with Paradox a bit. So I wanted to have a professional account as well. So that's it. Okay, so the war economy question here, guys. Here I want to hear your opinion. Carly Spain, indeed, my friend. So reasons to go war economy right away. The main one is you may not be able to get it later. If you don't get it when the fascists come because you don't have enough political power or because they don't have enough factories, then you cannot get war economy anymore because you are non-aligned. So you will stay without war economy until the war with the Allies, probably. That's one big reason to get it right away. Reason not to get it right away. War economy is great to build military factories and reduce consumer goods, but when you don't have anything, you don't have military factories, you don't have civilian factories, that doesn't change much. So it's kinda irrelevant at this point of the run. Instead, we can get an army organization expert. Unfortunately, we cannot get army offense because we will lose him as a Carlist. But army organization is okay, and at least we get a lot of army experience. So this is what I'm leaning for. So ideally, I think this is a better option, but we can check it out. You saw a Paradox content creator. Yeah, I have been collaborating with Paradox recently on a few things, and maybe more will be coming soon. So hopefully more will be coming soon. But I don't work for Paradox, of course. Yeah, let's save. And let's start with some action, boys, because we have been talking. No action here. Let's call it Civil War start. Let's indeed pick army organization. Let's say it's the right choice. And now we need to micro a little bit, or see if we can micro a little bit. So let's try to do that. See if we can pin these divisions. Make sure everybody here is moving. These guys are moving, okay. And also I want everyone to use trains. I think we should be able here to get that province. Now, what the first thing to find out here is whether they have someone in Bilbao or not. They do. Okay, that's not great. So we're probably not going to get Bilbao. Unless they move away, which they sometimes do. So let's see. On the other hand, we may be able to get Oviedo. Let's see. Oh, and very nice, we were able to get a collab with Bittersteel. Well, he's a much bigger creator than me, so it's up to him, not to me. Okay, the very good news is we were able to get this supply hub. This will help a lot later on, so that's very nice. And it's not always the case, but if it is, it's great. In this area we were not able to get anything, so we immediately want to stop these offensives. We don't want to push into the red in principle. Unless there are good reasons to do that. And I don't think there are good reasons to do that at the moment here. We're going to stop. Actually, I'm going to stop this guy. And I'm going to stop this guy. So at least here we can take Oviedo. And of course, we want to take the volunteers. And we're going to ignore trade for the rest of the civil war. So Oviedo is nice. It also has some factories. So that's great. It's very good. Yeah, unfortunately, this guy decided to attack him instead of moving away. That's a bit unfortunate, but in here we're very happy with what we are seeing. I'm going to create a separate army maybe here so they get some planning, but that's it. And these guys are moving in position. That's also great. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. You probably already know. At some point you get these... shit very soon actually, so it's almost impossible to take anything before it other than what we already took. And this is not only a bad thing though, it will mean that these guys will not die, like this guy here. It will last forever, so that's okay. As soon as we get these from now on cooldown, we always want to pick these decisions. We don't want to forget, they're very important. And the first one we're going to pick is in Madrid. By the way, also I wanted to show you how many divisions the AI is wasting down here. So these divisions may die, but you can see that there are a lot of AI divisions around them, especially here. So we're making a profit out of this for sure. However, in here we have too many divisions, so I wanted 2 of them to go to the other army. And here we may lack divisions a little bit, so we need to check with that. For now it's fine, but we'll see. And by the way, at this point we can also adjust these to a normal front line. It's better than a full back line. Great. What about the Navy? Is convoy raiding a valuable option? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. The Navy is cool to have, and we will use it later for naval invasions. Especially one naval invasion will be very important. For now... I don't think it's needed because supplies are coming from within Spain, so I don't think they are trading that much. We also don't have fuel. Now, actually, here I'm pretty sure we can kill this guy, despite the malice. Not entirely sure, but let's see. So here I want to make sure that these guys are all using trains because we want to push Madrid very quickly. By the way, you can see how few divisions they have in here. Now we can see their divisions. So in down here we have a total of 4, and they have 4, 5, 6, 7, and they have 7. In here 1, and they have 3. And in here we're sending a couple of way. We will have 3, and they will have 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. So big advantage for us in here. I was just asking you, so you have been thinking about some naval invasion? Yeah, naval invasions will play a role, but not for now. Now we don't have the divisions to spare for that, so a bit later. A bit later, naval invasions will play an important role. But now there is something else that plays an important role. As you can see, we have been researching something cheesy. And while I don't usually like doing this for the Spanish Civil War, we're going to do it, fuck it. So we're going to make a self-propelled anti-air. And we're going to use it. Save it. In case you don't know why a self-propelled anti-air is considered so strong so that it's often banned in multiplayer, the reason is simple, and it is it's a very cheap battalion which has decent stats, good armor, and especially air attack. So it works a bit like an anti-air company. But it also gives armor to your divisions. So we're going to save it. We're going to start producing it. In terms of productions, we're going to dedicate all future ones after to infantry to this one. So everything else will go in here. We don't have any yet. But we will hopefully get some at some point. Here we go for construction. No, wait. Didn't I pick... Oh, I didn't pick basic machine tools. Yeah, I made a mistake. I picked this one before this one. I should have been the other way around, which is not ideal, but okay. It's fine. It's fine. Now let's make sure that these guys get in position. Let's use a staff office plan to get the planning as soon as possible. Also keep an eye down here, make sure that these guys are not dying, and if they are dying, use a last stand command. It's very cheap. Ah, by the way guys, so this is what's happening. The AI immediately planned an offensive on Sevilla. It's not ideal because it means we will lose these divisions faster than without, but at least we'll not need to plan an offensive in Sevilla later on. It's already done. Also it means the AI will not plan offensives up here, and we will be a bit safer. So it's okay. But we will need to last stand very soon in Sevilla, and quite a lot. We're also planning our own offensive. Let's keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, we are getting some volunteers. The volunteers will be very helpful. They will be pushing up here. They are very good divisions, and they are the main reason why this is not good. Okay, these we definitely want to avoid. We don't like it. So in here we may need... yeah, in fact, I will do that right now because I don't like this situation. These two divisions here. Yeah, let me add them to these ones. Give them a front line. It's okay, we can stop this guy, but we don't want them to expand too much in here. I like what's happening here, because we may be able to do something there, depending on how that guy moves. Okay, now let's immediately push in here, and the spearhead is okay, but we are going to micro a little bit. Nothing too fancy, honestly, but we do want to rush this area. No, not yet. Okay. Let's see if we can get this done. That will be a small encirclement, but it may help. And Sevilla is already under a lot of pressure, so very soon this one... look at the amount of divisions they're using to kill us in there. It's quite crazy. One of the main advantages in rushing down Madrid is that it has good factories that we're going to take. And these work quite well, so that's okay. Need to pin that guy, but other than that we're happy with that. I hope they fix spearheads. Yeah, I really hope so too. Okay, in here you can, without any crazy microing, but you can do a little bit of micro. Okay, we already got Madrid. As you can see, Madrid has a lot of factories, so it's a very good place to take. And depending on how it goes, we may be able to even get an encirclement, depending on how it goes. And the more we can expand in here, the better it is, because these provinces don't have the offensive planned. So if we take them... yeah, this one we will not be able to push them, but we are taking these. So if we manage to take them... first of all, this guy is dead. It will be also much easier to defend this area. Oh, this is what often happens in here. So this is why I say that the offensives in the north are not entirely needed. So as you can see... yeah, I will stop this guy. We may be able, we'll probably be able to take Bilbao for free. It's worth keeping an eye out there and see if that's an option that becomes available. Yeah, other than that, we're happy. Now, this is not a difficult push in general, but it is much easier if... okay, this is the wrong province. So, I think we're done with the offensive in Madrid. We're very happy. We will not be able to take this tile, most likely, because there is no offensive planned in there. And we do need to make sure that these guys are now covering this area well, because it's a bit messed up. In fact, if possible... we're going to reduce the front for them a little bit. Yeah, I made it a bit too big, so it's gonna be a bit tough to defend. Okay. Yeah, and very soon we're going to change a bit our offensive, which is this one. Yeah, that's the idea, but not too much, because then it becomes too much RNG, and I don't want it to be too much RNG or micro-dependent. It's a guide that must be available to anyone, so I'm already doing a bit too micro to be comfortable with it. And also overextending is risky, but it's okay. It's very good what we have been able to do so far. And yeah, we will be able to take Bilbao for sure. Very, very good. Look at that. So we also took Bilbao, which is more civilian, more factories for us. It makes the north front for them very messed up for them, and it also gives us back the MIOs, which somehow are in Bilbao. And circle these ones. Yeah, the problem with these ones is this is a non-planned offensive tile. So encircling them is cool, but then it will take forever to actually close that encirclement, even though we get it. So it's okay not to get it. I think they may be moving away from here, but let's see. Can take a couple more in here, I will be absolutely happy. This one is still in Madrid, so you need to check the provinces very often to make sure that you're pushing in the right place. And up here we are very happy. We just don't want to lose Bilbao and Oviedo. Other than that, we are very, very happy. I'm surprised that Sevilla is not falling, because they don't have the Malus in Sevilla anymore. So, yeah, lasting a bit longer than normal. Okay, pretty happy with this front. It's a bit messy here, but it's okay. So now we're going to plan, we're going to prepare these guys for something else, which is ideally to close everything up here in the north. They may not even be needed, but as you can see, the focus will be completed soon. So that way, even if you struggled in the north, we're going to close it entirely. Just want to more or less make sure that here everything is fine and that we don't lose any important tiles. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Sometimes you rush the victory points, war ends very early. I think most of players can... No, but not... no, not easily. I don't think most players can do it. I think it's possible. I've seen people do it. It's very RNG dependent. I don't think anyone can do it. Anarchists arrive before Carlist, yes. But the other thing is, unless you've completely finished the war, it's not very convenient to eliminate somebody, because you do need the offensives to be planned. And the more people are in the civil war, the more offensives there will be. It's going to be very important to take these two provinces. So the anarchists will spawn in the south. That's going to help us a lot. But so far, everything going well. Feel like we're going to lose this very soon. Maybe time to use to start using last stand a little bit here. That's probably nothing is going to save that. The longer we keep them there, the better it is at some point. GG. Guess you could retreat technically and try to escape. It's okay. Would you play Anarchy Spain in the future, since it could code a what? RNG stands for random events. What was the actual meaning? God. What was RN? Yeah. Random number generation, or there was another meaning though. Let me see. Yeah, right. Random number generator, but it's also used in some other ways for gaming. But yeah. True. In any case, what it means, it's the randomness of the run. Like, for example, at the beginning, we were able to take the supply hub. Sometimes you're not able to take it because they spawn next to it. So all of that stuff is random. So we call it RNG. Okay, war in the north means we don't have any reason not to push up here anymore. So we are going to push up here. Probably do it this way. This should be over soon. And next, we are going to pick the war in the north. No, sorry, we already picked that one. Prepare the Carlist insurrection. Aaron Jesus. True. The random number god, I guess, is what I was thinking about. To speed this up a little bit, we can also use the support of the navy. Oh yeah, very important. It's basically the same time. We need to plan the next offensive, and I'm going to plan it in here. So that's our next offensive. I may be slightly late for that one. And also at this point we can finish fixing our offensive, which means add this one and add support artillery to them. Now offensive is done. 24 is actually a pretty decent width, so that's good. Okay, whoa, a lot of stuff. If you're playing Carlist, you might not want to defeat the Republicans or Anarchists before the Carlist insurrection. Yeah, I agree. That's why it's random, because of random number generation. Yeah, of course. Or else the Nationalists will completely focus on you and nobody else. Yeah, that's true. And the Nationalists are actually probably the toughest opponent, together with the Democrats. So let's see if we can kinda end this quickly, ideally, because then we have a couple more things to do with these armies. I feel like the research priorities will be messed up by this mistake, but that's okay. Also, let's see what they are doing with their offensives. We don't know. Okay. And also, for now, I feel like this strategy is very consistent. And that's one good... Oh, this is bad. So these guys are not in here. So in here we have the Malus. This guy will still die though, because it's too many divisions. Italy a bit late. Come on, send me the volunteers faster. And Sevilla is about to fall. But that's still okay. Okay, and this guy's taking forever actually. These are the ones that should go down faster. Yeah, right. Spain starts with helicopters. That's quite crazy. The problem is they cannot afford to make them. But other than that, it's great. Nah, yeah, always forget the spy. Let me write it down though, because at least I will not forget next time. Okay, let's put a spy in here. Yeah. Not super impactful, the spy overall, but you have not much else to do with those factories at the beginning, so that's why I usually do it. Okay, we're almost done in here. It's crazy how these guys are lasting without the planning, but okay. We already got the planning in here, which means I'm very late up here. Well, not very, but a bit later. But it's okay. And now it should be fast. Perfect. Okay, very good. Now this is going as planned so far. So what we're going to do next is we're going to plan an offensive in here. And this is also going to be our first naval invasion. We're going to use the Northern Army to naval invade. I would like them to have one more division, ideally. Maybe we can give it to them from here. I feel like here we may have a bit too many at this point. So yeah, 8 is a good number. We're going from here and we're going with groups of 1. You guys already know that this will not be possible anymore, right? I think you already know. Like using groups of 1 to make it faster. Let's plan something like this, and let's also send the navy in here. Also going to last stand again here. Why wouldn't you use brains? Because you're on a horse. Okay, now we got some new decisions, which will guarantee that this stuff stays with us in the civil war, in the fascist civil war. And I'm going to pick Madrid because it is where most of the industry is. Although it is, for now, it's also a core state. Yeah, so for now we're going to benefit fully from it. You must hire the spy when the war starts. Yeah, that I did. Have you done the Soviet right opposite? No, I haven't explored at all the right path. At all. And that's okay. So, do they plan? Yeah, they're planning an offensive. Oh, look at this. This is also very convenient. So they're planning an offensive in here, which is land which is mostly controlled by them. Later on, it will make it a bit easier for us. Although even if they plan offensives, even when they plan offensives in the north, it's not bad because later on we'll need to fight the fascists up there. The fascists are very strong because... oh, that's why I had less divisions than normal, because these 3 I didn't assign them. Okay, then these 3 are just going to send them here. The fascists have the volunteers, which are very, very good divisions usually, so it's a bit annoying. This one we basically last stand on cooldown. And here, ideally, if possible, I would like to start the naval invasion and the offensive at the same time. So let's see if we can do that. There is also this empty tile here, which is kind of convenient. They don't need organization, mostly, maybe just a couple of days, but yeah, okay, let's go. So let's go with the 2 offensives. Okay, 1 second here. Let's go. Oh, the navy. Now let's see what happens. But what usually happens is they don't have anything in here. Yeah. And now here there is a bit of RNG, but also most likely we will still plan the offensive in Barcelona despite taking it, because later on it will be in the hands of the fascists and we will need to do that anyway. So it's still good. We can get a couple of encirclements if we are lucky. Oh. Well, I guess these guys are coming to an end. They did their job quite well. Now this is still in Aragon, so if we can avoid pushing them, it's better. So I just want to pin them. Stop pushing, please. Ah! Yeah, a bit annoying. No, we may not be able to push them, but that's okay. Because sometimes they do defend Barcelona, so I don't know how reliable it is to think that we can push it like this. Okay, now we can also pick the first doctrine. We're going for superior firepower. By the way, bunch of people saying shit about superior firepower. But when it comes to the first doctrine, well, 10% extra soft attack is better than anything else in here, for sure. I mean, use your maxed entrenchment, but you cannot do anything with it. And you also get a very nice tactic right away. With, again, the only doctrine that allows you to do that. Oh, Matt, you were here. Oh, that's very nice. Lovely to have people who followed me from the very beginning. It's been a while now. Still plenty of work to do, but... Whoa, why is my offensive division here? This guy was stuck in here for the whole time, I guess. Not cool. Not cool at all. Now in here, the cool thing is we can get another encirclement, but we need to push this guy. See if we can. I think we can. Last stand. Last stand again. Yeah, you see what the problem of not having offensives is? Exactly that. Let me also see what I wrote here. Yeah, so normally what I do at this point with the next offensive is Barcelona. I know it doesn't make much sense. It looks like it doesn't make any sense. But I do want to account for the possibility that they have more divisions in here and you're not able to do this. Should we skip? Should we try to skip Barcelona? I'm also very worried that we will not be able to take it from the fascists, though. Well, the best is as soon as you can. With Carlist, I don't usually end it before 1938, unfortunately, which is a bit late. Phalangists can end it in early 1937 to mid 1937. And Nationalists are potentially the fastest. But yeah, with Carlist it's a bit longer because the fascists will be very annoying, unfortunately. So when we get this one, it's going to be very painful, depending on the situation. That's also something I plan to work on a little bit. Okay, let's pin this guy. Okay, nice encirclement here. I don't know what to do with this offensive. Should we? No, let's do Barcelona. We do Barcelona anyway. Because I think it's needed later, and I'm not confident it's always possible to get it that way. It's also time to use some more last stands in here. Okay, no more last standing in Sevilla. That's fine. Yeah, though we don't have much else to do with fuel, but you are indeed right. No need for the navy. It does help just a little bit there. So these guys can stay here, and in 6 days we are going to plan an offensive here just to end them. To be completely fair, sometimes a lot more divisions are encircled in here, and there is no way you can kill them without the offensive. In a reasonable amount of time. Isn't Madrid? Okay, no, Madrid is fine. So let's get our Catalonia offensive. I might be... So, okay, no, it's more or less right. Okay. Now, these guys will also go down soon. Unfortunately, they did not plan the offensives in here. So, in here we might still be able to get it. Here, probably not. What is this frontline absolute mess, though? Wait a second. Who is making that absolute mess? The naval invasion guys are making that mess. Oof. Looks much better. Yeah. May not be a big fan of martial lines, but I still hate that mess. Okay, about to kill these guys. Portugal also a bit late here. Guys, when we end the Civil War and you see the final performance, I want to hear your opinion about it and things that you think we can improve, which are not too much microing though, because microing, it's already a bit too much, in my opinion, what I'm doing now, which is almost nothing. But I know for sure that many of the people following the channel may not be able to follow intensive micro because it's tricky. Need to keep an eye here because we want to deck the next one as well. Concentrated tools. Can use the cuss. We are kinda, we don't have cuss. We have naval bomber and this shit. But in terms of the air superiority, we rely entirely on Germany and Italy. For now, okay. Happy here. Now we can push and kill these guys. And then we will have time for one more offensive before the Fascist Civil War. And the obvious place is this one, as in here you can get a big encirclement and do something nice. Why have you expanded garrisons in such a way before the Civil War? What do you mean expanded garrisons? Getting the divisions here, you mean? Getting these places, You mean why getting these places? It's because the hope is to force the eye to get to plan the offensives in these provinces. And also you can see how many divisions we are baiting down here. Like we have 3 units, 3 divisions. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 divisions. So that gives us a huge advantage up there. We also had some in Sevilla. We lost them, but they planned the offensive. So later on when we need to plan to attack Sevilla, it will be much easier. In here too, 1 division for 4. It's a very good trade. Gives us a huge advantage for the rest of the war. This guy is still here. That's insane. Go away from there, please. Move. Move the spy, although at this point, honestly, the spy is kinda useless anyway. In Malaga, it cannot do much. You can put it there, but it's useless. Okay, now we need to secure another place. And usually what I do is I secure Valladolid. So this one, not this one. Yeah, because this one we can usually get otherwise. So we secure Valladolid. And we need to keep an eye on... well, this takes forever. Okay, Valladolid will be... okay. Valladolid will have the offensive though. So maybe not the best choice because it would have been free. But it's okay. Yeah, the spy network is nothing nothing crazy. It's just because we have nothing. Why are you going there? Let's just kill these guys so I can reorganize my offensive divisions a bit. Okay, great. So now we are going to plan the last push, I would say from here. Last before the Civil War, that is. Well, at least the guy is already in the right place. He will not be crazy. Exactly. You can get an event. The event will give you one that you don't already have. It's gonna be Leon. It can be Western Aragon. It can be Galicia. Leon would be ideal. So, yeah. So not much to do until we can plan the next offensive here. But what's going to happen very soon is that the anarchists will come soon. Can you use the fucking trains? God damn it. No, the only option, yeah, is down there. So this one is fairly close, and I was slightly late with one of the offensives to start it. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Okay, they were able to push us a little bit here. Very sad they didn't plan any offensive down here. Again, bit of RNG. Wasn't there a bug where you could retreat in enemy territory and you could rush Spanish Civil War because of it? I don't know, but abusing a bug wouldn't be in any case my way of doing this. In here we're going to prioritize smoke and fire before the other doctrines. I actually really like the extra chances to use the tactic are good, but also breakthrough is useful. Happy to see some Spain. Pain. Yeah, it would be fine without the fascist uprising. We are in a good spot, but the fascists are going to mess up things a little bit. No, not now, because you would lose it to the fascists. Right now, you don't actually want to expand your territory much, because everything you take, you lose to the fascists. So the main reason I go for this offensive here is that we can kill a lot of their divisions if we are lucky and do it properly. Okay, here are the anarchists. Pretty happy with this. Again, it's a bit random where the anarchists spawn. And but if you take these two provinces, they always spawn in the south. So that's good, because ideally they will plan offensives in the other provinces in here. Yeah, see, they're already planning one in here, which is a bit weird, because this is one they own. But that's okay. That's okay. True. In Badajoz. But, you know, in Ciudad Real. If they're happy, I'm happy. So, all good here. Nothing to worry about. If I can make these guys survive until the Civil War, I'm happier. Maybe Fascist Spain will take that land. That would be great. So let's get the offensive planned in here. Is this guy... Because if this guy is... why don't we kill him? I don't think he's Soviet Union, so he should be with these ones. Now, it would be very easy to push them, but we don't want to do that. It's actually important that they survive, the anarchists, because they will plan the offensives for us, like they are doing right now. That's very good. Now, only a few days for the offensive, then we try to close this as fast as possible, and then we need to prepare for the fascist civil war. Why, let me use a few more last. Okay, it's time to push. So this is the part where we can push. This would be the ideal path. So we're going to try to get there first. And secondary option, we're going to try to get it here. Unfortunately, they have some good mountaineers in there. Could be a little bit trickier. Let's see. Yeah, we may be able to get it here, not there. Still good. Still good. Let's close it. They learned that they can last stand. You think the new faction system would interfere with some of your old guides? Hard to tell. I know Paradox loves messing up my guides. Probably. But we'll see. Yeah, another very annoying bug. You know, when there is an encirclement, it randomly decides which side to go. Like, I'm trying to go on the right. I don't want to go there. Probably better to do it manually. How long do we have? 40 days now. Okay, we're chill. We are pretty chill. Now, a bit of an option here. I prefer not to pick this focus and to bypass it instead. 15% bonus against National in Spain. I think it's something we can skip. Instead, I go here. And this one we cannot bypass in any case. War support is okay, and especially we get these ones down here, which are pretty good. In fact, they are very good. Okay, so we get the event here. We can choose between Galicia, Leon, and Western Aragon, as I mentioned. So one of them will remain under our control, together with Valladolid and Madrid. And also these two are always with us, I think. Navarra, Burgos, Valladolid, Madrid. So we have this area secured. And we can secure Leon. I think it's a great idea to go for Leon. So basically, the fascists will be in big trouble around here, although we don't have an offensive planned in La Coruña, which could be a little bit annoying. We also don't have an offensive planned in Western Aragon, so, but we also don't have one planned in Leon. I still think Leon is the best option. I think these guys may just make it to the Civil War, just barely. If we can do this faster, boys, that would be good, because I want to get ready for the Civil War. Come on, come on. It's a lot of divisions, so that's very, very good, but yeah, dangerously close. Okay, now we should be fine. Okay. Very good. Very happy with this. I'll send them again. Not a good idea to skip that for... Not a good idea to skip that. Why, Edka? Why don't you think it's a good idea to skip this one? If there is any good reason to pick it, we can go for it. As far as I can see, it's only a 15% attack, bonus attack on National in Spain. Do you follow other channels or players to have inspirations, tips, or studying at? I must say I'm not a huge fan of HOI4 YouTubers. Like, I just wouldn't watch even myself, probably. Not the best advertisement. But yeah, from time to time, and as you know, I collaborated with some of them, like Hamo Time. I do from time to time watch what Bitter is up to and so on. I watch some multiplayer, which I never play, but I like watching Tommy K from time to time. So yeah, I do watch some of the other creators. Okay, we need to think a little bit about what to do here, but Edka, let me know if why that focus would be important, if there is a reason, because I'm interested. So of course the reason to skip it is that ideally you don't need it outside of the Civil War, so it's a 35 days saved focus. But if there is any other reason other than the 15% extra attack, yeah, we can talk about it. Of course, we would have time to pick it. If we picked it instead of this one, would be just in time. But nothing changed with the USA. The USA is getting old. That's the thing. Let's make a save now, because I want to check a couple of things. Let's call it... yeah, something complicated. So, what I'm thinking about is whether it would be a logical thing to do to move our divisions in the territories that we know for sure that we will keep. So that's something I'm going to do. Surely I'm going to do with these divisions. I'm going to move them here. So they are ready to push this area. And I'm also pretty sure I want to move these divisions away from there in this area. Maybe, let me see. So Navarra we keep, this one we don't keep. So like here. To cover this front. I probably wouldn't move the other divisions though. Pretty oil. Indeed. Mountains. Ah, you mean, so you meant for the bonus. No, but for the bonus we're gonna be fine. I finished the Civil War early and my industry not good like yours. Isn't it better? It must be better if you finish the Civil War early. What strategy do you use to finish the Civil War early? So, let's just see if these guys can survive. And then, yeah, let me see also what happens if we move this way. But I think it's the better option. And also, it's gonna be so close in terms of political power. I'm always a bit worried about this. Yeah, we probably don't have enough. Ah, okay. No, it's fine actually. The political power is pretty well timed. Yeah, we also get... no, we don't get the other offensive yet. No, it's fine. The Karl itself would not make it in time, so nothing we can do there. No, okay, it's perfectly timed, but if for some reason you don't have enough political power, it's a bit of a trouble. Let's see what happens now. Okay. No, unfortunately, the eye decided that we had to keep these provinces. Yeah, well, not ideal, but okay. Would have been happy to give them to the fascists. But it's a good idea that we move the divisions away from here, because they would have been stuck in here. Last time I tried, they were stuck in here. That's not very cool. So. There we go. Plenty of Spain. Plenty of Spains. And war economy perfectly timed. A bit too perfectly timed, maybe. But, I mean, too close. Yeah, but let's get it. Should be fairly consistent, hopefully. I'm just writing what we talked about. To send the army back is a good idea. Yeah, this is very painful. Like this moment after all you have done and you lose everything to fascist Spain again. This is painful. There is no denying that. So of course now we also need to rearrange these divisions because it's a complete mess in here. And yeah, we need to do that. So what's important? Why are they back down here? I don't know. Okay. So again, our offensive divisions, the good thing is you only lose one of these good ones. These are the only good divisions we have, and you only lose one. So that's good news at least. And then I guess we need to do something very similar to what we did before, which is just cancel the front lines maybe and do it again. So we plan these guys in here. Then these guys without that'd be a mess, but okay. So stolen mountaineer. Okay, these guys are the bulk of the army, and we do want them to cover entirely this part of the front. It's important that we don't lose Madrid right now. And okay, this guy is okay. Who is this? What a mess. Huge mess. No, but it's okay. It is right. So these ones going to use to push in here, but we're going to have to micro a little bit up here. I'm very worried about La Coruña, but maybe fine. We'll see. I think it may be worth rushing right away, whatever we can rush. Let's say Oviedo, and I would say here we try to go for La Coruña. And if everything goes well, ideally the only part that remains to the fascist is this part here, which is the part where we have the offensive planned, so it's gonna be a bit easier. Okay, we're a bit out of generals as well now. Which means we're going to give up on those people down there, unfortunately. And then as soon as possible, we're going to plan the next offensive wherever it's needed. Most likely it's going to be needed in Western Aragon to get to Barcelona. Not certain, but most likely. Let me see something here. A subscriber from Corsica, the land of Napoleon. You need to cover North Spain and you have only one line. And before the rise up, like 5 days, you can change your army position for civil war. Yeah, we did that, but as you can see, it still gets moved around. And in any case, you cannot take these provinces. I mean, these ones are just given to fascists. You can rush them, which is exactly what we are going to try and do. But it's not that much more that you can do here. Okay, let's go. See what happens, and maybe everybody should be faster here. Okay, so we bypass the focus. We're going to see how important that focus could have been. Yeah, again, a lot of RNG, but I feel like with this strategy, we almost got it covered. So again, looking for a strategy that might not be the fastest, but it's hopefully consistent enough. I'd like the idea of stopping this guy from moving. If we can take this northern part quickly, then I'm happy. Here, two of them are a waste. Portugal is gonna send volunteers against me because the thing is, right now we have an advantage because the volunteers are not here yet. Unfortunately, that advantage will be lost soon. Okay, here we cannot push because there is no offensive planned. Okay, very good by the way, guys, here. Here it's exactly the way we want to see it going. And here we can technically push, but probably we don't need to. We want to push probably in here. If everything goes well, if it goes fairly smooth, we can once again plan a naval invasion, maybe. No, we cannot, because we don't have anything to go from. To keep the fleet. Planning a naval invasion from here, probably not a good idea. Dude, go fucking there, I told you 3 times. Okay, very happy here. Not bad here, not bad here. Actually, very good that the Democrats are taking this area. Okay, they have one more division in there. This is going to be a very annoying one to take care of because we don't have the 2 divisions. Okay, but we take La Coruña. I'll take that. Yeah, this is where my researchers are starting to get messed up. And I will just not pick it for now. Because of the mistake I made earlier. We got the hub, we didn't get the railway though. We're gonna work without it. In 3 days we planned that offensive. It's crazy that these guys are still alive, by the way. It's insane. Ah, they did go to La Coruña. Okay, a bit more annoying. I don't know if we can take it anyway. It would be good. Yeah, probably we can. Ah, basically everyone. I'm fighting everyone. In short, I think that sums it up. Okay, let's plan the Western Aragon offensive. And you can see that we are playing it fairly safe. I mean, these are offensives that if you rush a little bit more, if you do the naval invasion, you may not need to do. But the Crusade Against Democracy. Now let's see here when it's done soon. Also, maybe I wrote something here. Let me see. No. No, I didn't write anything. Okay, that's the part where I was about to give up. Now, we are starting to have free civilian factories. The problem is there is really not much we can do with them. I guess we can build in Leon, Salamanca. Let me change one thing here. Sorry, guys. Who will be down first? The fascists must be down first. That's the most important one to take down. Because the other two, I'm happy for them to exchange a few offensives in here. We're being pretty unlucky because all of this stuff is still without offensives. But hopefully the anarchists can pull out a couple of them before. And maybe the fascists can do one in here. That would be ideal, but yeah. But we do need to take down the fascists first, for sure. They are the most dangerous. Yeah, now they got the volunteers. That's painful. Lots of very good divisions. Why are you attacking there? Don't attack there. Okay, we got the offensive. Let's try and push here. Push for Zaragoza. Here you can see the difference between pushing them and pushing the volunteer divisions. Just keep going there, come on. Not too bad this one, although I don't think we have any chances of an encirclement, but we can try. No, it's actually not that bad. Actually pretty good. Oh, nice. Huge encirclement. This is very, very good. There are volunteers in there. That's perfect. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. What is this? Why the fuck are you pushing? Here we lost the port, unfortunately. Nice, though. This maybe a little bit of lucky RNG with the encirclement, but it's going to help us. We can use all the help right now. I think we can probably get another one here. Let's see. We're going to suffer up north. It's okay, but if they get here, it's a bit annoying. So who is defending here? These guys. Let's adjust them a little bit to cover better the northern part. I think I want to give them a few more divisions too, maybe. No, it's okay. Do they even not? They don't have divisions in there. Okay, let's stop them then. Be painful to stop them. Can't do it. Okay. No, the anarchists are very unlucky. Nobody likes them. I mean, nobody likes the anarchists. It's pretty historically accurate. If we could get rid of these guys, at least those ones, that would really help. Let's no, not do that. Let's do this. Okay, now I can try to go back to the researches that I had in mind, although it's all a bit messed up. Thing is, it is the Democrats actually pushing them, which is okay. If they take Barcelona, probably the civil war against them will be over. I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you. They take that part, but I'm totally okay with that, especially considering now we can easily take it from them. Now, it is true that this Spain is a bit too strong right now. It's fairly strong. And unfortunately, still not many offensives planned down here. It's problematic, potentially. In here, we may also be able to take advantage of the situation if we play it correctly. Also, we freed these divisions. And do something like this. We can do something like this. Okay. I am inclined to push right away, or as soon as possible anyway. Especially if we somehow can isolate them. Don't know how many divisions they have in here. Probably not many. They must have some. Ah, we like this empty spot. We can spend like 10 divisions defending. It's great. When the phalanges go down, things get a lot easier for us. When the Soviets are going to lose their volunteers again. Just need to remember to keep planning the offensives. We may need some... Yeah, and by the way, so far, as it the way it went, I don't think it was worth the focus. Because yeah, we took them down very quickly, and the focus would have been completely useless now. Yeah, they might advance a little bit here. I also thought about another strategy, by the way. Yeah, now we also want to pick political loyalty. It's going to help our stability a little bit. Not massively. So I was talking about yeah, the idea that I had at some point was, what if we leave them one area? Like right now we plan the offensive here, right? So what if we retreat and let them go in there and just keep encircling and killing them? And I tried it a bit, but they don't really do it. So it doesn't work as well as I thought it might work, unfortunately. So for the next offensive, I'm thinking maybe it's a good idea to go Valencia. Because Sevilla, it's okay. And Malaga, I think we can get with a naval invasion. This part we can just get anytime. This part too. So Valencia is probably a good target for the next offensive. And we can get ready to push it. After fascists defeating Germany, Italy and Portugal continue to send volunteers to you. No, nobody helps me. But at least they don't help my enemies anymore. Well, you know what? I don't like this guy here. Is this... yeah, we have the planning here. So let's get rid of him. Why are you pushing? And let's just hope that maybe the anarchists do one thing right in their life and plan an offensive here and not here. What are the odds? Maybe we can save these guys. That would be epic. No, because the moment we plan the offensive, we kill them. That instant, we also kill them. It's okay. They did what they came to do. I told you guys this was a good idea, right? I mean, we lost a few divisions, but they lost so many. And we also got an offensive out of it. So. It's not bad. Going to give them maybe if we lost standard though, there is a chance. We don't have a general. We get a general on them. Yeah, we do now have a general. I would really like to save them. They were epic after all. I don't like that we... Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay. Somebody forgot to defend. 7 days. I'll start the naval invasion support for the push bonus. Okay, let's go. Let's see if we can save them somehow. A bit tough. No. Very sad. Very sad. But it's okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take like 10 divisions. Yeah. Okay, these are not enough now, so we're going to give them a couple more. Something like this is okay. And this guy who survived the encirclement, we're going to start planning the pushes in the south. Now we can naval invade again. Atención. Atención. Instrucciones. Atento. Órdenes. It's a bit ambitious to try and go there too. Would be very good. It's a bit ambitious. Yeah, it's I don't know what time, but it is evening here. If we can take Valencia now, that would be cool. If we cannot, it's not very cool. Also, we are suffering a bit here now. maybe overly ambitious to move so many divisions out. We'll see. Why don't I have the freaking naval? Because the navy moved there for the naval, for the actual naval division. Okay, we took Valencia. Happy enough with that. Now let's try to close this one so we can shorten the border a bit, the front. Don't push. An invasion, we also need to cover this area here. We can trigger it, I would say. We can try to push here. They have a lot of divisions there. Oh, yeah, I didn't pay attention, which is not ideal, but this was a very successful push. For naval invasion, at least. If we manage to reach Cordova, that's going to be great. Where is the last one? Didn't go. Okay. It shouldn't be enough to cap them, but it's gonna be pretty close. We will need to push Murcia, so we are going to need to plan an offensive in there, I assume. Easy is still viable. Your Japan World Conquest Guide? I think so. I think so. Yeah, the strategy works. You may need to adapt a couple of things, but nothing changed for Japan. So, yeah. It's unfortunately not over yet. I don't think we can get the civil war done until we can plan another offensive, unfortunately. This is going to help. Also, they are getting scared probably and trying to move south, which is a good idea. Naval invasions are really powerful at this stage. Really love to get an encirclement here, but I don't know if it's possible. Well, it is very good. Actually, it's more than very good. Murcia, my friend, Murcia. Yeah, the civil war is over. This is a very early, I must say, civil war. I mean, there is one bit left, but now it's more of a joke. Yeah, they were only alive for one purpose, which was to plan offensives, and they didn't do it. Completely useless. Let's go and end them. It was kind of lucky that they didn't defend here, huh? But yeah. Why are you guys doing nothing? Who are you? You, because I forgot about you. Go. Yeah, we can probably just rush. Thing is, they didn't fight much. They didn't do anything, these anarchists. Yeah, okay, this is a bit too early to... I mean, either I played it particularly well, or... I don't think so. Now we're going to build in Sevilla, because Sevilla is a core, because we got it at the beginning. And now everything is a core still, though, probably. You will see very soon what happens. Let's finish this first. Of course, the anarchists need to, like, lose even non-victory points. Not going to be a problem. Ah, yeah, the anarchists don't exist, basically. They just last stand a couple of times, but... That's it, boys. Civil War in 1937 is, from my test run so far, it's a good timing. In fact, I had one more focus planned before this one, which is the post-Civil War one. So after this one, I was going for this one, and then for this one. Which, by the way, we're going to do anyway. So we're going to simulate a bit of a longer Civil War, because I do feel that things went fairly smoothly this time. Again, unfortunately, this Civil War, you need to allow some range for mistakes, RNG, and so on. That's very important, but this is a very good time. Kind of happy for once in my lives things went well. So, yeah, let's make a save. Let's make a save, and now, let me see what time it is. Okay, we got about 1 hour left before the end of the stream. So, I would say we have plenty of time to think about the next moves, which are pretty much fixed, but we can think about it a bit. Now, what sucks the most about Spain is that after the Civil War, you lose your cores on Spain. Where is it? Where is the fucking resistance? Yeah. So everything that has resistance is no longer a core, which is annoying. Very annoying. Like, very, very annoying. So we only retain this core, we retain Sevilla, and we keep the ones in the north. However, the ones in the north, 2 provinces, I don't know why they don't have the modifier, but I think this... They should get the autonomous state, yeah, keep clicking on the wrong thing, modifier, so they should be pretty bad. But okay. So, I'm pretty sure when I will record a guide, it will go to shit, so... Anyway. Yeah, so at this point, after the Civil War, we would be building military factories in the core territories, avoiding Galicia. And Barcelona is also an autonomous state, so it looks like good. It's a good one because it has 80% infrastructures, but it has this terrible modifier, so you shouldn't build in there. I think we can build in here, because this is a core. And then, yeah, we keep building in here more. Decompliance. Okay, now, the compliance thing is a bit tricky, in the sense that before you can recore Spain, you need to get to this focus here. But we are not going to get to this focus very soon. We're going to get to this focus quite late. In terms of compliance, probably the best thing we can do is pick the advisor that increases it, which is this one here. No, not this one here. Which one? This one here. Yeah, this one here. Can be cancelled by a focus, but I don't think I picked that focus. I forgot which focus it is. Out on... Ah, it is this one. So it is the one that we got right now. So how come we didn't remove it from Catalonia, though? Wasn't it supposed to remove it from Catalonia? I am confused. Galicia, País Vasco, Catalonia, because we didn't control it? Yeah, I guess that's a possibility. Yeah, probably it was fascist. Did we have any other options, though? I guess we could have picked... Could we? No, we couldn't have picked this one. Yeah, I did it before controlling it. It's a bit tricky though, because the only way is to waste a focus on this stuff here, which is completely useless, almost completely useless. Because you cannot pick this one right after this one. So I don't think we had any other option other than this focus. These two you cannot pick. It's annoying though, because Catalonia is quite a lot of... But then they should unlock the other ones, otherwise you cannot pick anything. You think so, Mirko? Not entirely sure here. Maybe, but I don't think so. But let's see what happens. But first, let's fix the army for later. So in terms of the army now, we're going to do something like this. We're going to pick, yeah, the Mountaineers too. 10 divisions, I want them to be our off template. And the other ones, we want to be def. And then we want to recruit enough def to have 12. We're going to recruit 4 of them. How come no general? This guy didn't level up at all. So pretty unlucky. Yeah, I already lost the divisions. I will. Let me just fix the stuff that I usually do after the Civil War. It doesn't matter. In any case, I don't think we can do much about that. So, sub 1... Let me fix the production. Sub 1... we also forgot to give back this. It's very annoying, because whenever you lose Bilbao, you also lose this stuff. Incredibly annoying. So, we're going to change the production a little bit. SPA 2... I think artillery 2 is enough, actually. Let me change that. Maybe artillery 3 is better. Let's start with 2. Then we're going to gather and repair our navy. And we're going to release some puppets. So we're going to release these guys. We're going to release these guys. We're not going to release Morocco, however. Okay. That is true, but the ships are also more important than the divisions. Not a bad thing. Give it speed up, but yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get rid of that autonomous region, which kinda sucks. As it sucks that you lose all of your cores. I mean, why so punishing? So, I will pretend that the Civil War is not over yet. I will pretend it's a bad Civil War because we need to account for mistakes in the guide. So we're not going down here. We're going to pick the X for research slot. Honestly, not very important, but we're going to do it anyway. I think we will core France before that, honestly. I don't think we will ever core Portugal, because we are not going to declare war on Portugal, because we need Portugal sooner than that. So now there is an important question here, though. The advisor that I would normally pick at this point is this one for the 15% political power. However, the other one... which one? This one may be better. It's only 10% political power, but you get the compliance. So let's get the Carlist intellectual. Yeah, it's better. That advisor is a Chilean. Who is Chilean? Which one? Which one? Martín de Riquer? Ah, original country is Chile. That's true. That's great. I have been to Chile, kinda. Fakely been to Chile. So I have been... it was an amazing trip I did at the end of high school, before university, with my dad. We went to Argentina. And first we went to Buenos Aires, but then we went south in a place called San Carlos de Bariloche, which I'm not sure it's here, and I'm not sure I remember exactly where. But it's somewhere not far from Chile, and then we went to Chile and walked into Chile and back. And then we went to Ushuaia, this place down here. Very, very cool. And Tierra del Fuego, which is this area. All of these by car, then the plane to go to Ushuaia. Very, very fun trip. That being said, it sucks that we cannot get rid of this, but I mean of the autonomous state. It really sucks, but it's also not our core. We're also not going to build in there, so I guess overall it's kind of fine. Yeah, we also want to train these people. Spain is the kind of country for which you may not want to pick these ones, actually, because they're bad. Let's not pick them. So not pick this one. Okay. Yeah, so other than that, it's all good. Let's continue. We can deploy these divisions already. In terms of production, we're actually doing okay. Now it's the quiet part of the run. By the way, did we ever make my heavy one? Is this no? This is the first one, I believe, right? Yeah. So we haven't made it yet. It will be ready in May 1939, which should be about right. Maybe, but I don't think we will get to that point. So now we're going for... yeah, okay, this one I will settle the succession question. And in here I'm researching the stuff needed to make Space Marine tanks, but I don't think we will have the industry to produce them in this run, at least. Oh, yeah. I would go for improved worker conditions now. Yeah, let's do that. And now we may want to fix trade. No, not for the Navy.
Sí, señor.
Yeah, the other option is to go for limited conscription a bit earlier. I think it's fine. Our stability at least is going to get fixed a bit. Okay, the succession. Now, let me make a save. Now, I believe to core France, you need to pick the first one. Can anyone confirm? Do you know? I'm pretty sure the last one, certainly no. But I think it's the first one that cores France. If you guys know, tell me. Otherwise, I'll just pick one and then we'll see. And if it's the wrong one, I will research again. Yeah, which one is Bourbon? Ah, Bourbon is the first one. Xavier of Bourbon. Okay. Okay, then it is the first one. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with him. We're actually not going to restore monarchy though. We're going for Dios Patria y Rey. You can. So the King's Will we did. Okay, after that I was going for a lifelong car list for more stability. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's get our lifelong car list. Look at that. Look at our stability and war support almost okay. Yeah, we may have some manpower issues. I'm not going to deny that. But other than that, we're doing okay. Okay, what do we have? We have a bit too many guns, maybe. Do we have too many guns? Not enough. The thing is, we don't have any aluminum, so producing more support equipment is going to be a little tricky. Okay, let's do the 3. Let's do the 3 artillery. It's still a bit too many. But... maybe we can add the train now. It's not a terrible idea. And also the truck, I assume we have absolutely no rubber, but... Yeah, it's probably a bit better. Okay, let me add it to the spreadsheet. No, guys, what do you mean Alfonso? It's Xavier, it's the Bourbon. It must be the Bourbon, I think. But, well, we'll find out soon, I guess. Hopefully. Yeah, speaking of which, we need to prepare for Portugal. And this will also mean giving up on any chances to core Portugal. But I think that's the play. Then I will explain why, but I think that's the play. So we go for Restore the Empire. Now, one of the biggest differences is, of course, if you were fascist at this point, you could be fabricating claims. But if you can core France, it's okay. It's about the timing. You need to realize it's not only about the cores. It's about when you get the cores, which is quite important. Like, if we get Portugal now, it's actually useful. If we get Portugal after defeating the UK, it's about the end of the run. It's not very useful to have those extra cores. Eventually, we will be able to core all of Spain. We will be able to core France. At that point, having Portugal as a core or not as a core, it's fairly irrelevant. What is this? Okay, this is the tank. You cannot, because you cannot justify. You cannot justify until World War II. So the only way to get Portugal is after World War II. Because if you attack them during World War II, they will join the Allies. Yeah. It's because we suck in so many ways, including the fact we are non-aligned and we cannot justify claims until 50% war tension, which is World War II. I mean, we can generate some war tension, but in any case, after 50%, they will join the Allies. If war tension is at 50%, they will join the Allies. So, there's no way around it, sadly. This is the only way to get Portugal when it's useful to get Portugal. Fairly happy with the production, though. Looks like we can get enough almost everything. It would be nice to have one more on infantry equip. Maybe we should get one more on infantry equip, even without the resources for it. It's probably better. Let's do it. And what we're going to do next is we're going for limited conscription, because manpower is indeed a problem. Now, I also tried to make Portugal accept the Iberian Union, but nothing seems to work. I spam divisions, I improve relations to 100%, I got a non-aggression pact, Most of the time they refuse. In fact, they always refused in my runs. I guess it's possible that they accept. It looks like the RNG is pretty bad there. What we can do at this point, though, is the tank. Actually, we can do the infantry tank. It's 0-9. Yeah, why not? Let's make it at this point, since we have the... Yeah. So, not sure if we get it in time or anything, but we can try. So, infantry equipped down to probably 3? I'm typing all this stuff because it's not in the spreadsheet yet. Let's try if it works. When is Paradox adding MIO templates? Man, don't even mention it. I'm going crazy. Are you planning a guide for all 4 of the Spains? Just Carlist? No, most likely 2 Spains. Probably Carlist and either Phalangist or the regular Fascist. Probably Phalangist. That part is not entirely decided yet. So now we need to be a little bit careful, and this is something else I need to test. But let's see. It may not work, what I want to do. Yeah, the thing is, with guns, we get the improved ones. Let's see if we can make enough tanks, otherwise we'll maybe give up on that. Look at that, we even have manpower. That's crazy. Yeah, okay, they always refuse. Fuck them. At least it's a 0 war tension claim, this one, which is cool. We don't have divisions, but Portugal... no, I mean, Portugal... Portugal is Portugal, you know? Portugal is Portugal, and they will need to cover Portugal in a guide, but I don't think anything can be worse than Spain in recent times. It should be fine. So that's an easy Portugal. Now, the problem here is, again, as we mentioned, you get the course only if they accept that decision, so you would need to have puppeted them before. That's not an option. The idea here is we liberate stuff. We liberate everything. Yeah. And then we puppet Portugal. Actually, I don't need this place. I don't need this place. The rest we puppet. So 0.50% board tension is nice. This stuff, it's okay. Portugal can keep it. Okay, it's going to increase a bit, but that stuff is too important to give up. 1%. It's okay. Took 3 seconds to capitulate Portugal. That's what happens when the eye doesn't have 190% reduced damage modifiers. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind having another Portugal. It's not necessarily a problem. In fact, no, we don't have the war gulp, but it's okay. Yeah, who cares if Portugal still exists? Why? Why do you care about Portugal? It's fine. I mean, yeah, if you hate the idea of Portugal existing, but I like the idea that Portugal still exists and it's here. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Why care? And now we're going to build in Portugal. Like, basically Portugal is going to be much better than Spain from now on. Because we just get more stuff in Portugal than we get in Spain. Their capital is probably here. Yeah. It's Very cool. So much hate for France. Now, another big advantage of puppeting Portugal is that we get their divisions, which is very nice because we don't have divisions. So an extra 11 divisions, I will take that. In fact, I will use them as well. More Portugal. We need more of them. Nice, nice, very nice. But now the tricky part comes. So now we need to plan a naval invasion of the Benelux. Starting, ideally, with Belgium. And we will see how it goes. Let me see if I missed anything. Yes. The other very cool thing about having a... What do you mean you don't have manpower? Fuck you. Well, I thought they would help me with garrisons, but apparently they don't. Fine. Fine. Cool. Okay, let's continue. Now, I don't know what to do with the... I'm not exactly sure what to do with the political power. I think an idea might be to go for the anti-stuff raids, anti-fascist and anti-communist raids. So we get rid of these people, we increase our stability. So the other option is to wait for this advisor here, get some extra political power. We don't need particularly the political power now. We'll need it later to annex Spain, that's true. But right now, not particularly useful. And in here we don't have anything good. These all suck. The air one is useless. The military tourist is okay. Shush, I pause the game. I unpause the game. So yeah, for now I am more of the idea of getting the anti-stuff raids, but we can see later. Are you anarchist, sir? You split everything you touched? No. This is okay. No, nobody will guarantee anyone because we haven't generated word tension, so there is no guarantee problem. The problem is the word tension. It cannot go above 50%, or we're fucked. So that's the only problem. But we'll see. I am confident we may be able to get both, but let's see. Now we do actually need to import. This is the second one. Okay, very good. So now we did get one early heavy. And again, as I mentioned earlier, I think that's better than any other thing we could have made by this time. Listo para avanzar. Also, let me give a look at the compliance with that advisor. Oh, the compliance is actually very good. Okay, so with that advisor, compliance is going great. Perfect. I think that's definitely a good pick. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to get the other political power one. It will probably take a couple of years to pay itself back. But let's try to get it. What was his name? Traditionalist theorist. Thank you, Chill, indeed. Okay, now let's get into this tricky part of the run. The French, wow, so many. We got a French spy. By the way, we can also spy in there, not particularly important. I hate this MIO. This MIO is useless. How are we doing in terms of tanks? Yeah, not many. Definitely not many, but let's see. Okay. Damn it. Yeah, it's very funny that Spain has the helicopter and cannot afford to produce them. So it's useless. Kinda. Yeah, that's something we need to figure out. I'm not entirely sure if we can take it or we need to liberate it. I would like to take it, but we may need to liberate it instead. We'll see. Now, this is pretty much where I ended my test runs, so the next part is a bit to check here. So the good thing about these claims is they don't generate war tension. So we got 3 claims at 0% war tension, which is absolutely amazing. We need to see if we can take all of them before the war tension gets to 50%. That's the trick. Well, that's the thing we need to check. So let's see, because somehow the war tension still increases a bit, and especially it will increase in the peace conference. But we will see. Yeah, that's absolutely mandatory, but that's not going to be a problem because the Netherlands will be the last one that we attack. So in that peace conference, we can do whatever we want. Here, the idea is if we can keep them as 3 separate wars, that's perfect. And there is maybe a chance, but we'll see. So Belgium goes down incredibly fast. As soon as they lose Antwerpen, they are down. No, stay here. Where the fuck are you going? Use a force attack. Well, all or Brussels, anything. Okay, now Belgium is down. Yeah, force attack, of course. Now, peace conference time. Now we need to see, because we do have some margin for now, but I think there is also the Memel. Ah, no, Memel is already done. So, probably we are fine. We're going to annex Belgium, otherwise the Germans will declare war on us later, and that's for sure something we need to do. Then, first option, let's see if it works. We liberate this stuff, and we puppet the rest of Congo. 45. Then we take war reparations. We take resource rights. Okay, for now it's fairly safe. Now we take care of Luxembourg. To Luxembourg. It's taking longer than Portugal here. Okay. And now we do the Netherlands, and probably we are fine. Probably. A bit close, but Luxembourg should give you like 0.8. Should be fine. They also forgetting that they need to have a peace conference. And also, I would like to stop the naval invasion support. Don't want to lose any of the navy. Okay, Luxembourg. Annexing Luxembourg is like 0.6, so no problem. And this is another 0% war goal, so it should be fine once again. Not yet, but almost. Yeah, now we actually also have another problem. 47. As long as we capitulate them before 50%, we're fine. So. Italy joining Germany. It's close. It's a bit too close for comfort. I don't know if there is RNG to that, and it could be higher for some other with some other events. It's a bit too close. I guess if it is too close, we can give up on Congo and liberate it. At that point, we're definitely fine. Shouldn't increase the war tension. Okay, we're good. We're good. So the Netherlands. So here we do puppet this stuff here. We puppet the Dutch East Indies, of course. We annex the Netherlands. We take war reparations. And especially resource rights. Then we take one bit of the navy. Unfortunately not both, although if we change the order we can probably take everything. Because it's bugged. Okay. Yeah, it's perfect. We're doing good. So far we're doing good. And now France. Yeah, we also want to make sure that the fleet is in here. The cool thing is now we're not particularly in a hurry to take down France. I don't think we have a chance to invade the UK before the Axis joins. But I don't know. We can try, see what happens. You know what? They should definitely allow you to also request the Navy. It doesn't make sense that you cannot request the Navy. Why? Why wouldn't you be able to request the Navy? They didn't know they made. They were not using Space Marines. Speaking of Space Marines, we have 200 tanks. Is there any chance we can add them? How many is this? 500. It's a bit too short. Not terrible. Do you say we do it or not? I say we do it. Although 26 is a worse width than 24, unfortunately. You know what we could do though? No, we cannot add any more. Unfortunately, we cannot add any more infantry unless we remove the artillery. The artillery is not bad in here. Yeah, I'm not sure this is the right move, adding them, but it's okay. So, now the thing is, let's at least wait until they are there. The thing is, we can wait and be a bit more prepared, have a couple more tank battalions in here. And basically wait for World War II. Because we don't have any ways, probably the Axis will invite us as soon as we are at war with the UK. Or we can just keep the war. Again, I don't think we can get a naval invasion, but maybe now that we have the empty heavy, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we can try at least. We don't have any infantry expert, right? Yeah. Then from this point on, I think we save the political power to re-annex Spain. Okay, let's try the aggressive way first, and then we'll try the more relaxed way. These guys that I need to push. So this should be smooth. just in case. Let's pay a little bit attention to it, but it should be smooth. It's an early World War II also. Okay. And that's France. GG! Good fight, France. France is always such a challenge. It's always like, you feel the challenge. You please don't send my supplies there, since we can go here. Ah, by the way, you didn't see that, but we didn't defend this border at all. So France was actually pushing into us. But, yeah, but that doesn't matter. Because they died before that. And Gibraltar will fall as well. Send these guys too. Okay, perfect. Now, these guys we're going to keep to defend from naval invasions. And these guys, ideally, we want to naval invade the UK. But... yeah, that's gonna be the tricky part. So since I don't think we have a chance in the channel, instead we're going to try to do it up here. Because it's slightly easier to get the naval invasion done, usually. In fact, I said that these guys will defend from naval invasions, but that's actually not true. These guys will support our offensive. It wasn't any special micro what I did here. Anyone can do it. We even got a nice land facility. I don't know if it's worth now getting the... probably, yes. It's only 25 political power. Yeah, that's right. Let's do it. And let's get some military engineering vehicles, I assume. Sorry guys, but this part of the guide I didn't write it, so I'm doing it now. Okay, and the Axis invites us as well. I don't know why an early World War II, but it's okay. Yeah, I think we should join the Axis. I don't think there is any reason not to do that. I don't think we lose anything by not doing that. So. This is also not very important. So with the Axis, it should be no problem to get the naval supremacy where we need it. Going to try see if everything is fine, but it's probably fine. Gibraltar though. Gibraltar is not falling. This Portuguese division suck. Here. No, they don't. They don't. It looks like they do, but they don't. See, they only require the North Sea. It's very weird. They don't require the Channel. They don't even require the Eastern North Sea. Somehow, they only require the North Sea. It's crazy. Now, I was thinking a bit about Portugal, because basically what Portugal gave us is a lot of factories, a bit more tanks. But it probably would have been possible to go even without... And now we can pick the infantry specialist. Actually, I'm happy to do that. Okay, let me move actually these divisions up here. Wow, we're not getting Gibraltar. Okay, it's fine. I don't need to take Gibraltar. Did they actually leave Gibraltar? Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. They just wanted to leave. They just wanted me to stop pushing. Yeah, we just jump, you know. It annoys me probably too much that the old focus trees don't make the focus that you can't do disappear. Bypass, you mean? I think. Okay, boys, shall we? Is it time? Is it that time of the run? Let's... So, what's going to happen here is convoy waiting. But not in there. It's this time we actually want the British to be busy in these other regions here. Okay. And then we wait. See, maybe if we take this one too, maybe a good idea. I also completely forgot the spy. Would have been a good idea. Spy the UK. Write it down. Now, if the Germans do anything, actually, can we call Italy? Yeah. I think that's going to help. And also, what's going to help is triggering this. So as soon as we get green seed, it will actually trigger. There we go, boys. There we go. It's not done yet, but this is a good first step. And also, this is very important. I think it's worth integrating Portugal. Okay. It's a rush it time. Yeah, this usually works. Italy is not a problem. It will take a bit of the score, but it's okay. Because we have the claim on France, and that's actually all we really need. So. Okay, we need to send these guys fast. Nice. Atención. Listo. Firme. Atento. Then I fucked up. If that's the case, I fucked up. Atención. Listo. Okay, now very quickly, let's move them south. Keep pushing. I can already see people telling, hey, how come when I play they have so many divisions? Where are the British divisions? I can show you where they are probably, but they're probably sending them back and our submarines are stopping them. That's very cool. Let me block the channel now. So supplies should go not through here, ideally. Supplies should go through here. That way we get supplies. Which is cool. We want supplies. And we can even push with these guys since nobody's defending north. What did you miss? Now we can call France. But I may have picked the wrong king, which is a bit sad, but we'll see.
¡Listo! ¡Firme! ¡Sí, señor!
Yeah, that's one advantage of calling Italy. This kinda reminds me of old style UK. They will send some divisions for sure, though. We still need to be fast. And I mean, we need to do everything with 10 divisions here, which is tricky. Okay, they are... Ooh, that's painful. We need to slow down a bit here. Okay, we took this one. This is important. We don't get much of the score. That's the sad part. But this should be the end, I think, or not? Let me see. We need to go to Dover. Go. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, it's almost over. Let me save. Done. Well, we still got the most of the score. Look at that. 43%. Not bad. Not bad. So, yeah, now let's find out what happens with France, since I actually don't know, because I never got to this point before. What I know for sure is that we do want to control all of the cores of France. That's for sure. So I would say in the peace conference we probably focus on France, since it should also be very cheap, because we have a claim and we control it. Then we can probably, well, we can take Gibraltar, of course. Gibraltar is our core, right? No, it's not a core. No words, no words. And then I guess it would be probably a good idea to puppet British Malaya, and it would be a good idea to annex probably as much, or puppet. Nah, puppeting is more expensive though. Yeah, puppeting the UK is more expensive, so annexing them I guess is the better option in this case. No, let's also wait. Strategic first, so Suez we want to puppet, then let's puppet Singapore. Let's go for annexations of the UK next. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. Well, this peace conference, we can work it out later. It's not particularly important. I will leave Germany those islands. I'm going to take this stuff here. No. And then we're going to focus on puppeting other stuff, maybe. I don't know. I will not do it now because it doesn't matter. But for now, let's just take this stuff. Did I take Corsica? Yes, they are just fighting me for it. I need Corsica, motherfuckers. Did I not take this stuff? Yeah, it looks like I may have forgotten about that. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. And then I guess we would take the navies. And we would take the... I'm not doing this properly, by the way. Yeah? Just so you know. It's now not the priority. The priority is just to see what happens with France. Then in the real guide, I will adjust this. Where is British Malaya? Okay, this is the only thing I want to do. Okay, we could have gotten, of course, a lot more than this, and we could have gotten all of the UK, but I forgot a bit. Okay, so now we did get France, but I have no idea how you would pour it, and if this is the wrong guy, then we're in trouble. So I need to read now, maybe. Let's not pick the... Yeah, I do control all core territories of France, so that part is okay. So okay, now we would be able to start doing this stuff here, which is cool. And we would do it in the right places, which I don't know yet. So let's go the guide. Was there anything about... No, colonies are not a core, so no. I don't think so. Yeah, you're right. It's Free France. I'm not sure if it is France. Well, we did save before the peace conference, so in case we can check. So now we don't get any events. Well, let me actually read about it. Maybe it's better. Maybe you cannot core France. Okay, let me see. You can certainly get the achievement, which is 1 king, 2 crowns, I think. Which is, as Carly Spain own all of France cores. Okay, we do need the North African part too, though, for that. It's okay. And we need to find out if you guys can help me looking it up. So for the achievement, let me share with you maybe this. Let me see. No, I cannot share this. Okay. For the achievement, 1 king, 2 crowns, you don't need to, but you need to take maybe the course in North Africa, which we can easily fix. That's okay. Okay, you know what? Let's maybe do that very quickly. Yeah, I will fix it by reloading, and this time we're not even going to take the UK, we're just going to take France. Just to check. Unfortunately, I don't think I can change. How about we just annex everything? Just in case. Okay, now there is no doubt that we control all of the French cores. About that, there is no doubt. But, we get anything to core them or not? Looks like not. So either... Carly Spain can also core France if France goes legitimate through an event, but only if both Carly Spain and legitimate France have the same king. You say it's impossible to core them? I saw that, but I don't know if it's true. You say so? Let's see. You may be right. Huh? So maybe we cannot core France, huh? Is it maybe... are we sure that it's not because I picked the wrong king? Maybe if I pick the other one? Yeah, but how do I try by Alfonso's king? I need to reload and then I can probably use cheats to quickly do the stuff, probably. I guess. But it's still a bit annoying. I don't know exactly how to cheat in that way. Is there a command to give you control of stuff? I don't think so, right? Or if there is, it's probably an annoying one. I'm not very good with console commands. Yeah, but that would be the best thing to try, right? Set owner. Okay, let me try then. So we made a save as a succession here. If you guys know, can guide me through this, we can try. So let's try with Alfonso. Does he become king right now or not? No, probably not. What was it to instantly... Let me look it up. Instant focus command. FA. See? Okay. Do annex one. Annex. Oh, I like it. I very much like it. Okay. Then we probably need to restore the monarchy. Let me see what happens. Go restore the monarchy. It makes sense that it's him because it has very bad modifiers. See events. This could be bad news, boys. I may need to research it a little bit more, but it looks like we cannot core France. Complete everything, see if anything else in here does it, but I doubt so. Yeah, maybe no course on France. I mean, I still like this. I still like the strategy. You get to capitulate the UK. You get to... If you messed up the focus, you can do focus no checks to bypass requirements. Okay, thank you. Well, boys, it's about time. And to end the stream, this was the scheduled end. And we achieved a successful run. This is what I wanted to do. Now, if there is a way to core Spain... to core France, Spain, Scarlet Spain, without playing non-historical, of course. So with just picking maybe a different order or a different king or something. I don't know, this guy looks like a guy that may get that, but yeah. If you know that there is a way to do that, who says that? I only saw a Reddit post about that. Do you have any other links? Anything else more like reliable? Maybe, let's see this. If France is a monarchy, now it may be the case. You can call France and Spain to the anarchist path. Yeah, okay. But in any case, at this point, I mean, it's some more research. If it is possible to core France, I will by making some changes, I will make the changes and make it happen. If it is not possible, it's still a very good strategy. I think it's still the best possible strategy for Carly Spain. We expanded the most, we defeat the allies. At that point, you can just puppet them instead, if you cannot core them. It's still a pretty good scenario for Carly Spain, probably the best possible scenario. And again, it has the big advantage over the Phalanges path, is that, yeah, this one, you do get the cores in South America, but it takes forever. At this point, until this point of the run, it would basically be the same strategy, but then we would need to invade the United States, which we can do when we take those lands, territories, and then we need to take all of South America, on which we would have claims, but then if they become majors, it's very annoying. So guys, that's it for today, I would say. Pretty satisfied with how the run went. In fact, I'm so satisfied that I may even decide to edit this live into the guide, all considered, since we did everything quite properly. So, I don't know, maybe I will do that. Maybe I will just edit the ending once we find out and add something more at the end. But yeah, it's a pretty good one. I think the Civil War was quite well managed. But again, very important, if you find out about France, or if you have any additional suggestions, even people watching the live in the next few days and weeks, let me know. This guide is not scheduled right away. We have a couple more first. So it will be a while before this becomes an actual guide. There is time to adjust it. There is time to improve it if you come up with any good ideas. Thank you all for watching. It was fun. And yeah, very happy with what we achieved today. Guys, I will see you very soon in the next video. So, bye-bye.